Supreme Magus, Chapter 33, Hunter and Prey. The people in the waiting room made space for the hunters, while Nana and Lit quickly dismissed their previous patients, leaving the beds free for the wounded men. They were so desperate that no one complained about Lit's age or diminutive stature. Before any of the two hunters could say anything, both healers spoke as one. "Close the curtains and let me do my job." They performed venire ratu, but rather than to find the cause of the affliction, which was laid bare in front of their eyes, it was meant to check if there was a silver of hope saving them. They didn't even have time to activate invigoration before noticing that the woman was already dead. He tried nonetheless, but there was no mana flow to manipulate, no life force to enhance with light magic. "I'm sorry," Lit said, closing the dead woman's eyes. "She was already dead before you got here." Before he could continue with his bedside manners, Nana yelled to him, "Get here, quick! We can still save this one if we work together." Lit rushed to the other bed, positioning himself at the man's feet, while Nana moved behind the head. They both needed space to operate at their best. Nana was right. Invigoration could still feel a mana flow, despite it being weak. The hunter's wounds were very deep. Lit doubted that fake magic would help him. Fake healing magic would spread to the whole body before focusing on the injury, and that caused it to need a few seconds to take effect. Even worse, the spreading and focusing process would cause the spell to lose some of its effectiveness. True healing magic, instead, would directly affect the wound. Thanks to invigoration, Lit was also able to pinpoint where to send the light mana with surgical precision, maximizing the potency of the spell. Nana's specialty is not light magic after all. If she called me, it means that she hopes my personal spells can save this man. For a moment, Lit hesitated. He would have loved to have time to ponder about the risk-reward ratio of that scenario. He couldn't care less about the life of a stranger. He was much more scared of exposing his secrets, losing everything in the process. Screw it. Sooner or later, I'll have to reveal my spells. I want to believe in Nana and give all this blessed by the light crap a go. Play scared, die scared. Lee started performing quick hand signs, mixed with ninja hand seals he remembered from an old movie. He had prepared that choreography since the last conversation with Count Lark. Venire escla. The light magic flows straight through the hunter's blood vessels, repairing them and stopping the blood loss. With Nana keeping his condition stable, Lit was able to bring the hunter to the point where fake magic could save him. After that, he had to lean against the wall and slide down the ground. Lit was exhausted. He had never attempted something that required so much focus and mana for a prolonged time. Damn, my stupid green mana core. If it was already cyan, maybe I wouldn't be forced to leave halfway through the procedure. Luckily, Nana took all the credit for the success, relieving Lit from any possible question about his unknown spell. After taking her 40 copper coins, she warned the hunt leader, "He is alive, but barely. I don't know if we will make it or not. I can even assure you a full recovery. His injuries were too deep. We did the best that we could." 40 copper coins? Almost half silver coin, and that's all you have to say? A bunch of ifs and wishful thinking? He yelled. Nana clearly understood that the man wasn't really angry with her or Lit. He could still not accept the loss of one, if not both, of his friends. Yet she did not care. When it came to anger, Nana was second to none. She had been scapegoat for others' misbehavior enough to last for a lifetime. Listen to me, young men, and listen well. I dare you find any village that hosts not one, but two healers capable of casting tier 3 spells. If you want certainties, go find Krishna Manohar, the god of healing. He lives in the White Griffin Academy, just 500 kilometers from here. And now, get out of my house before I make you. Even a grieving man knew that to further antagonize a mage whose eyes were brimming with power and of whose voice generated wind blows was plain suicide. The two survivors hunters could only comply. While Nana was clearing the blood spattered around the room, Lid had managed to use invigoration enough to recover some of his strength, so he followed them outside. Drown Woods was too close to his house for comfort. "Sir Hunter, please wait." They were already halfway towards the tavern. The hunter's leader really wanted to vent his frustration on the little pest, but he had regained enough of his cool to admit that the kid was blameless. If anything, he had contributed saving the life of his little brother. That and he was still scared shitless by Nana. "No need for honorifics, young man. My name is Eckhart Longran, and this is my sworn brother Fleck Hiroshia. My name is Lit." The three men bowed to each other. "The man whose life you saved is my little brother, Otum Longran. If I can do anything to return the favor, you just need to say the word. Could you please tell me more about this magical beast?" Eckhart shivered for a moment, his eyes closed by the fear and that memory generated in his heart. But he was a great hunter who had danced with death countless times. With every passing second, he was recovering both his courage and spirit. "It's a huge beak. Do you know what it is?" Lit nodded. According to the bestiary in Soluspedia, a beak was a bear that had evolved into a magical beast. They were in tune with earth magic, in rare cases also with fire magic. It all started around a month ago. The farms on the east sides of the Drown Woods were being attacked by mad beasts. At first, it would just slay some cattle before returning to the woods. But then, that harpy of Banneresrat put a huge bounty on the beak in hoping to avenge his mad son. She believes he had fallen prey to the beast months ago. Rat, Lee thought. The name sounds familiar. "The psycho that tried to rob you of your bunnies," Solus reminded him. And that was the beginning of the end. After slaying some wannabe hunters lured by the promise of easy money, the beak got a taste for human flesh. From that moment, he started to hunt down his pursuers with elaborate traps. When we understood how smart the beak is, it was already too late. We managed to get away only because he was too engrossed in his last meal to chase us. Lit bowed again. "Thanks. I live near the woods, and your information may have just saved my family. Consider your debt settled." Before he could turn around, Eckhart grabbed his shoulder. "I have been long enough in the business to recognize a fellow hunter when I see one. Listen to my advice. Don't go after it. That beast is unnatural. Not only is smart and cunning, it also moves at an unbelievable speed. No matter how fast you run away or chase it, it keeps switching places, like a ghost. I know it sounds stupid, but I believe it to be a vengeful spirit." Lit thanked him again before going back to help move Autumn in one of the tavern's room and to clean the blood on Nana's floor. When he finished, Nana handed him 20 copper coins, half the fee. Go home and rest. You really are talented in light magic, but that spell is too draining for you. Use it only in cases of emergency. Lid nodded, but before going back home, he needed to purchase some things. He kept discussing the matter with Solus the whole time. Facing such a monster without more than one plan and enough preparation was idiotic. After warming Celia, he spent the whole day resting and using accumulation. In a life or death situation, even a small power-up could make the difference. That night, he slept for the first time in 2 months. Lid wanted to be at his peak condition. He wasn't willing to take unnecessary risks. He woke up before dawn, leaving a note for his parents. He then wore his brand new leather hunter set with metal protectors for the forearms, shins, and heart, his last line of defense in case everything else failed. Once outside, after checking there was no witness, he casted the Soaring Hawk spell and took flight. The Tranwoods was too big, and moving on foot was too slow. Using both his live vision and Solus' mana sense, he started looking for his prey while moving near the top trees. It didn't take long to find it. The beak wasn't even trying to hide. Lid could trace it thanks to the bear claws marks on trees and rocks until he found it eating a deer. So much for smart and cunning. How the heck can he still eat? It should have filled his belly many times already. Lid thought, nevertheless, let's see if I can kill it nice and easy. The beak was on the ground, while Lid was in the sky, the distance between them about 30 meters, well within the spirit magic's range. Lid sent a huge wave of mana, meaning to snap the beak's neck in one go. The beak instinct was sharp. Even if it was still unaware of the new hunter, it could feel that something was off. It infused his whole body with earth magic. So when the 2 mana flows clashed, the spirit magic was diminished to a neck rub. Damn it! Again? Just like the Rai, it seemed that magical beasts are able to use fusion magic to some extent. Solus commented, No doubt, Sherlock. And what's worse in that fusion magic is spirit magic's bane. It can disrupt my mana flow, making it useless, but that stands only for direct attacks. Having his first plan failed, Lid hid behind a tree while moving away from the beak. Casting spells in midair still required too much effort. He also wanted to keep his ability to fly a secret from his prey. Once on the ground, he took a roundabout path towards the beak, using float to not make noises and a subtle dark aura to cancel out his smell and aura. When Lid found the beak again, it was still sniffing the air, looking at its surrounding. Lid moved right behind its back before unleashing a lightning as big as the crouched beak. It had no effect, aside from angering the magical beast and blackening some of its fur. Damn it! I would have never suspected that earth fusion could shield from lightning. The beak roared its challenge, standing tall on its legs. It was an enormous beast, at least 4 meters tall, with a weight close to a ton. Its fur was deep brown with shades of green, and its green eyes were staring at Lid with malice. too big for comfort. Lead summoned a strong wind, hoping to take advantage of that unstable position to topple the beak and prevent it from charging ahead. The beak channeled even more earth magic, becoming heavier, while digging deep into the ground with its claws. It managed to return back on its fore, now standing 1.6 meters tall at the shoulder.